morning, student. Once again, welcome back to the physics class. Today, we are going to discuss the topic name is Ampere circuital law. This is the Ampere circuital law. Now, this is also one of the law, like Weierstrass law, Gauss law, like that. This is also another type of law, Ampere circuital law. Okay. This Ampere circuital law is used to calculate the magnetic field at a point. It is used to calculate the magnetic field at a point when there is a symmetry in the problem. See, Ampere circuital law is used to determine the magnetic field at a point when there is a symmetry. When there is a symmetry in the problem. Okay. Ampere circuital law is used to determine the magnetic field at a point when there is a symmetry in the problem. Symmetry means what? Symmetry means similarity. Symmetry means what? Similarity. Whenever there is a similarity in one problem, in that time, whenever there is a similarity in one problem or one concept, anywhere, when there is a similarity, we can use this Ampere circuital law. For what reason? We can able to find the magnetic field at a point. Okay, and this Ampere circuital law is similar to Gauss law. This Ampere circuital law is similar to Gauss law. Okay, so what is the second point? It is similar to Gauss law. Okay, so this is the 2 points about this Ampere circuital law. Now we should discuss about the definition of this Ampere circuital law. Now we can discuss about the definition. Definition of this Ampere circuital law. Now the definition is the line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop. The line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop is equal to mu naught times of current enclosed by closed loop. Current enclosed by closed loop. Okay. So what is the definition of this Ampere circuital law? The line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop is equal to mu naught times of current enclosed by closed loop. This is the statement or definition. Okay. So based on this statement or definition, I would like to write the expression based on this statement. So what is that? Now the line integral means line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop. Magnetic field over a closed loop is equal to closed loop means here it will come the magnetic field, the integral of magnetic field over a closed loop. Integral means this one, magnetic field means these two terms, and closed loop means this circle. This is the integral, we know that. On the integral you can write circle means that is a closed loop. That will indicate as the integral of closed loop. Okay. So is equal to mu naught times. So mu naught times of current enclosed by closed loop. Current means which term you can denote? I. Current enclosed. So this is the expression of the Ampere's circuital law. Integral p bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught I enclosed. Okay. So here I enclosed means closed. I enclosed is nothing but a closed loop current. Suppose this is the closed loop. In this closed loop, some current is passing, I. So this current is nothing but we can call as enclosed current. Why we are calling that is an enclosed current? Because that current is flowing through the closed loop. That loop is closed. Okay, that loop is closed. In that loop, current is flowing. So that current we can call as the enclosed current. So this is the definition and this is the expression. Okay, so now we can discuss about the applications of this Ampere's circuital law. Applications of Ampere's circuital law. Okay. Now only I finished the definition of the Ampere's circuital law. Now this is the application of the Ampere's circuital law. This is the application of the Ampere's circuital law. What is that application? Magnetic field due to the current carrying wire of infinite length using Ampere's law. So we have to find the magnetic field due to the current carrying wire. One wire is take one wire. In this wire, this is carrying some amount of current in this wire. Then this length of this electrical wire is infinity, and in this current carrying wire, we have to find the magnetic field at one particular point. Okay, so let us consider one current carrying wire, infinite wire. Now this is the current carrying wire. Now current is flowing, I. Let us consider a straight wire. Current I is flowing through in that wire, and the length of this wire is infinity. When I hope we know already. Suppose this is the electrical wire. Current is flowing in top upward direction. So what is the direction of the magnetic field? What is the direction of the magnetic field? So this is the current carrying, this is the conductor, or this is the electrical wire. Current is moving upward direction. So in that upward direction, we have to fix the thumb finger, right? Thumb finger, and remaining directions. With these four fingers, which direction it is showing? That is the direction of the magnetic field, right? This is the direction of the magnetic field. Okay. Now, so this is the direction of the current, means thumb finger. These four fingers, at what side it is showing? In this direction, correct? This direction. So this is the magnetic field direction. So here, what is that? This is the magnetic field direction. Correct. Remember that. Now, I hope we already know whenever a current is flowing in a straight conductor, around that conductor, some magnetic field will be formed in the form of magnetic field lines. Correct. Whenever there is a current flowing in that conductor or electrical wire, around that region of that electrical wire, magnetic field will be formed in the form of magnetic field lines. Correct. So however, it will form like this. So it will form like this: first loop, second loop, third loop, fourth loop, fifth loop, like that, like that. Around this wire, this magnetic field will be formed: first loop, second loop, third, fourth, fifth, like that. Okay, this is the electric field lines: first line, second line, third line, fourth line, like that. Okay, but we don't want this all the electrical lines. In that all the magnetic field lines, I will consider only one loop. Suppose this is the first loop, this is the second loop, this is the third loop, this is the fourth loop, and this is the fifth loop. Magnetic loops are magnetic lines. Okay, no need this and all. You can consider only one magnetic line or one magnetic loop. Okay, so I am considering this one. I don't want this and all. Okay, now this is the current carrying straight wire. Around this wire, magnetic field is producing. This is the magnetic field loop. Okay, so let P be a point. Let P be a point. Let P be a point. It is placed at a distance smaller from the electrical wire. Let P be a point. P be a point. It is placed at a distance smaller from the electrical wire. I placed point P on the magnetic field loop or magnetic field line. Okay, let P be a point. It is placed on the magnetic field line, and the distance from the distance is smaller from the electrical wire. Once again, let P be a point. It is placed on the magnetic field line. The distance is smaller from the electric line, electric wire. Okay. Now, I told you already before itself, this is the application of the Ampere circuit law. And I told you one more point also, Ampere circuit law is similar to Gauss law. So Gauss law means it is similar to Gauss law. Okay, so first of all we have to discuss about the Gauss law. What is Gauss law actually? What is so many topics we solved in the electrostatics chapter by the use of Gauss law. Okay, what we used there? So whenever we are using Gauss law means we are taking Gaussian surface, right? We are taking Gaussian surface and we are using that Gaussian expression, Gauss law expression. Okay. What is the Gauss law expression? Phi suffix c is equal to q by epsilon naught. The total electric flux through any closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times of charge. Phi suffix c is equal to q by epsilon naught. That is a Gauss law expression. So whenever we are using the topic concept of Gauss law in any other topic, what we did there, we are considering Gaussian surface and we are using that Gaussian expression. Correct? No? Like that, here Ampere law is not, similar to that Gauss law. That means here also, wherever we are using this Ampere's law, we can take the Amperian loop and expression of that Ampere's law. Okay, so here this is the current carrying conductor, this is the magnetic field line. At point P we have to find the magnetic field, correct? No? At point P we have to find the magnetic field. Okay, so what I am doing is, at point P I am drawing Amperian loop. At point P I am drawing Amperian loop. Just you can remember this point, whether you understood means this concept will be finished. This point only you have to try to understood this. Okay. Now I am using the Amperian loop because this is the application of the Ampere's circuital law. So I am using here Amperian loop. By the use of that Ampere's law, I am going to find the magnetic field at this point P. By the use of Ampere's law, I am going to find the magnetic field at point P. So I would like to draw the Amperian loop here. Where I would like to draw this means this is the magnetic field line. We know already. Write down otherwise. Magnetic field line. Magnetic field line. Now Amperian loop also I am drawing on the magnetic field line. Amperian loop also I am drawing on the magnetic field line. So please see. Okay, so here magnetic field line also there, Ampere's loop also there. So on the magnetic field line, I draw this Amperian loop. Amperian loop. Okay, both are overflowing like this, one by one. Okay, so maybe you have to understood means I will do one thing. See this black color is the magnetic field line and this blue color yes, I hope now you can understood maybe. This black line is the magnetic field line and this blue color line is the Amperian loop. Both are overflowing one by one. Okay, so here I would like draw. This one is magnetic field line or magnetic loop. Magnetic loop and this blue color is Amperian loop. Amperian loop. Okay. If you understood, okay. Otherwise, you can write one by one like this. Okay. So here you are using Ampere's law. So only you took here Amperian loop. Correct? No, Amperian loop. From the Ampere's law, from the definition of Ampere's law, what is the definition? Line integral b bar dot dl bar is equal to mu I enclosed. Correct. So here b bar dot dl bar. Now I would like to convert this dot product to normal format. A bar dot b bar is equal to ab cos theta, right? From the use of dot product. So here also closed integral b dl cos theta is equal to mu I enclosed. And what is the value of theta? Angle between b bar and dl bar. Here dl means loop, magnetic field line direction, and B means magnetic field. Okay, So here theta means how to find is the angle between the Amperian loop, and magnetic field loop. You can observe one by one is there. Suppose magnetic field line is this one, Amperian loop is this one. So what is the both angle? 0, because both are parallel. You can take here, suppose for your convenience, yes, I am drawing separately. This black color is the magnetic field line. So okay, magnetic field line, and this blue color is the Amperian loop. So what is the angle between both? Both are parallel, no? Here parallel, here also parallel, here also parallel, here also parallel. What is the angle between both the lines? 0. Okay, so here theta value is 0 because both are parallel. Okay, so the angle between magnetic field loop and Amperian loop is the angle between magnetic field and Amperian loop is 0. That is theta is equal to 0 degrees. Okay, now I am substituting this theta value here. Integral b bar dot dl bar. Sorry. Integral b dl cos 0 is equal to mu naught I enclosed. Now here what is the cos 0 value? 1. So integral b dl is equal to mu naught I enclosed. Okay, now I am writing this b outside of the integral. B integral dl is equal to mu naught I enclosed. Okay, integral dl means what? D integral cancel. So what is the remaining here? B length is equal to mu naught I enclosed. Here L means what? Length of the Amperian loop. L means what? Length of the Amperian loop. L means length of the Amperian loop. What is the shape of here? Amperian loop. What is the shape? Circle. L means length of the Amperian loop. Okay. So what is the actual length of the Amperian loop? Circle. Suppose here one point is starting and finally it is reaching. So what is the shape here? Circle. What is the circle length? Circle length is nothing but a circumference. 2 pi r. Circle length is nothing but a circumference. What is the circumference of the circle? 2 pi r. So here L is nothing but a, write down this step in your class notebook. Length is nothing but a length of the Amperian loop. Here L is nothing but a length of the Amperian loop. Okay, so the length of the Amperian loop is equal to circumference. Okay, so what is the circumference? 2 pi r. So in the place of L we can write 2 pi r. B into 2 pi r is equal to mu naught I enclosed. So here please send this one. B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. enclosed. This is the final expression of the magnetic field due to the current carrying wire of infinite length using Ampere's law. This is the final expression. B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. Mu naught I by 2 pi r. Now you can write this is in vector form. Vector form. Vector form means how? So B bar is equal to mu naught I enclosed by 2 pi r. 2 pi r, no? Whenever we are writing the vector in left side, right side must and should we have to write in direction, unit vector, either I cap, j cap, k cap. But whenever we don't know the direction of this magnetic field, what we should do? We can take one unknown direction, either r cap, k cap, n cap, a cap, like that. So here I am taking n cap because here I don't know the direction of the magnetic field. Here I don't know the direction of the magnetic field particularly, perfectly. So here I wrote n cap. I take here small n cap. This is the direction. B bar is equal to mu naught I enclosed by 2 pi r into n cap, small n cap. This is the direction. This n cap will be indicated as a direction of the magnetic field. This n cap will be indicates as the direction of the magnetic field. I hope you will confuse here. Here in the place of L, you can write this step. Length is okay. L is length of Amperian loop. Length is Amperian loop. Amperian loop length means length of Amperian loop is nothing but a circumference. So what is the circumference? 2 pi r. So here L is equal to 2 pi. Okay, don't confuse here, you can write this. So this is the final expression. I hope you understood this class. You have any doubts, means after watching the video, please ask. This is an important concept. Please try to understood while watching the video. If you have any doubts after watching the video, please ask. Thank you.